ports and where are you at right now? To tell that story, I want to just step back a few months ago. In March, everything started shutting down. We all remember that. And we were off significantly. We were off 18, almost 19% that month. And really, when we looked out, well, we can see what's on the water and what's coming to us. We can look at about 5 to 6 weeks and see what imports are coming at us. And we could tell that there was going to be a major dip. And really what transpired was in March, April, May, June, and even July, we were down, including March, we were down about 10% across those months. And the challenging thing for us is we were putting our budget together for our board to get approved back in May and really in April. And I said, hey, why don't we delay it a month and see what happens? Because we normally present it in May for our fiscal year starting July. And they said, yeah, let's do that. We didn't really get any more insight by delaying it 1 month. And we said, look, we think we're going to be down double digits for our fiscal year 2021. And then July kicked in and we did better than expected. We were down 6%, but not 10. And I guess that was a bit of a success. But what's happened since then has been completely, it was unforeseen by us. And I think most of the transportation industry, we have been, in August, we had an all-time volume record. And September was a strong month. It was up about 9% year over year. But October, we haven't released the numbers yet, but in October, what you're going to see is that's an all-time record as well. So we've eclipsed August. And then November, when normally our peak season is starting to wane, we are now seeing incredible volumes for the November timeframe. And I honestly, we're just floored. We, like I said, didn't see it coming. So that being said, begs the question, what's driving that, right? What's happening? And I think there's a couple things that are driving it. One is early on in the July and August timeframe, we saw the volume starting to tick up. It was definitely this replenishment of inventories, restocking, because things in China had been shut down and goods were not coming in. And I think we remember this going into the stores, and we saw stores that were had a lack of supply for our needs. Well, so August was definitely about that, but somewhere between, at the end of August, September, and October, I'm sure the replenishing is still going on. But the other thing is just strong economy and strong consumption. So e-commerce has just shot through the roof. We often say, and this is not me, one of our consultants kind of quoted this and said, look, where the market used to be was about 10 to 15%, 15 would be a stretch, e-commerce, okay? Today, we're over 30% e-commerce if you look at what we're buying and people in the stores versus staying at home. And I think as folks learn how to do that, there was always folks buying, but there are some now new folks in that market. And as they're doing it, they like it and they're not going back. So that's an interesting dynamic. But what it meant for the port is that for those that were servicing, had strong e-commerce accounts, we would benefit greatly. And Savannah is one of those. We have companies like Amazon coming through the ports, Walmart, who is heavily e-commerce now, Wayfair. I mean, so the list goes on, and that has driven our growth. Imports have skyrocketed. And so the other piece of that was home repair and home services and building an office in your house and doing all the things you may want to do to your house that you didn't do because you were taking vacation. So people said, oh, I'm going to be home, I'll fix up my house. And so we also have customers like Home Depot, a big customer of the state of Georgia, and Lowe's. So we're benefiting from all those things that are happening around us in our economy. And so those are some insights that we have, and that's what's driving it. How long will it go for? As a question I get all the time. How long do you see this going? And we don't know for sure. I can tell you that I mentioned earlier on that we can see out about 5 or 6 weeks, and we can see that November from an import perspective is going to be a big month. And that's a surprise, because typically you get into Thanksgiving, our peak season ends, the goods are here and they're moving out to the shelves for the Christmas holiday. So that's not really happening now. I mean, it's going beyond that. And a lot of the folks in the industry are thinking, we're going to have this until probably the Lunar New Year, which is towards the end of January. And then nobody knows. There's a big question mark after that period of time. So we're definitely going to have a strong, 3 months as I look out. And I think, again, way ahead of budget right now, very surprised about it. We're enjoying it, every second of it. The other thing that's happening in our industry locally is that because everything's moved to e-commerce and because folks and businesses got caught with saying, oh, shoot, we don't have enough inventory to cover this, there's a bit of a change. And the change, the expression used to be, as we all know, just in time delivery. And I had this discussion. I was on a panel a few months ago, and I said, look, the people we know are telling us it's shifting to just in case. And there are people on the phone that said, no way, that's not going to happen. It costs too much to grow your inventory. Well, it is happening. And what's happening is that we have customers, and GDED, I think, is part of this as well. They've done a great job. There is a lot of economic development activity in Savannah and in Georgia where folks are desperately looking for additional warehouse space to increase and it's all about increasing inventory and to support the market today. And so you have the bricks and mortar distribution model, which has been around for a long time, and you've had the e-commerce start up. Well, now it's increasing and growing at an exponential pace very quickly. So those things are interesting. So we've gone from 4% vacancy, which is still low, and last quarter was just released, we're down to 2.4. Meanwhile, this year alone, we've had about 5 million square feet absorbed in the local market. And I think that's incredible. Right now, we have 9 million square feet. I say we loosely, it's not us, but it's the market around us, the developers. About 8.7 million square feet of industrial space and distribution space in Savannah alone. So that's not even speaking about Atlanta. Those numbers are probably massive. So I think it's just really amazing to see that. We never saw this coming.